So here's some information about a website called Blooket. This is really similar to Kahoot if you've used that before. It works in the same kind of way with the quiz questions, but you can play them in different game formats, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting than Kahoot. So you want to go ahead and sign up or log in if you've already got an account. And you'll see that it's very similar to Kahoot. You've got all the buttons along the top. You can either create your own sets of questions. You can go to the create button along here. And just like Kahoot, you can add images, questions, descriptions. Or to get started, you can go ahead and use one that somebody else has already made if you go to the Discover tab at the top. I'm just going to search for one. There we go. So this is one that somebody else has made here. And I can keep it as one of my favourites so that I can find it quickly if I want to play it again. And then I'm just going to host a game for the students to play. So there's loads of different game modes you can see here. If you scroll down, there's loads available. This is the classic one, which is just like Kahoot. So that works in the same way. So that's what you're doing. You're entering questions just like Kahoot. But then the kids can play those questions in any one of these games. So it's quite good because you can use the same questions over and over again, but in the different game formats. So a really popular one is this Gold Quest one. I've tried this a few times. You can host the game like this. And you just set it up however long you want, however many minutes. You can change that to run the game for. And then you can click host now. And then just like Kahoot, the kids can join going to blooket.com/play and entering the code, and it comes up here and it asks them to pick a nickname exactly the same way that Kahoot does. So here's an example of what the game looks like when it's being played. On the right is what the pupils see, and on the left is what the teacher sees. So it tells you the instructions at the start, but basically the pupils just answer questions in a similar style to Kahoot, and then they get the option to select a chest, and the chest sometimes lets them win gold, and other times it takes gold away from them, depending on which one they choose. They also get the option to steal gold from other players. So on the left-hand side, the teacher's screen, you can see a leaderboard of who's in first place, and this keeps changing, and then a breakdown of what's happening, like who's stealing gold, and these kind of things. And then at the end, you get a leaderboard, and it tells you your first, second, and third place, just the same way as Kahoot does. So there are loads of different types of games that you can try. Gold Quest is just one of them, but that seems to be the most requested one that I've tried so far. Fishing Frenzy was okay. They're just kind of answering questions and seeing what different fish they can hook as they're doing it. Tower Defense looks really good, but quite complicated to get the hang of. But a couple of classes gave it a go. They seem to have to answer points and then build towers to shoot off the baddies or something along those lines. So you can try different things. There's a racing one which is quite good. It's just answer questions and see who can do it the fastest, and their Blooket moves across the screen as it's going. So basically, this is just like Kahoot, but it's just a different way of playing the games, and it seems to be a little bit more interesting than just playing the same Kahoot over and over again. And like I said, you can use the same questions multiple times, so it makes it really useful.